ISO FileMaker Magazine, the professional's resource for FileMaker know-how.
Hey there, this is Matt Petrowski for ISO FileMaker Magazine. If you have been attempting to avoid agentic programming or agentic coding, agentic engineering, whatever word you want to use, you probably won't be able to avoid it for too long. I'm going to introduce you to Agentic FM and how you get started. Let's head to my desktop, take a look at the file. Hey there, how you doing? This is Matt Petrowski. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to something that I believe is going to change the way that you work with FileMaker. I'm going to be honest with you, I have not written a FileMaker script for the past 2 months. Since February of 2026, the way that I create and work with FileMaker code is through an agentic process. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I released an open source product called Agentic-FM.com. Now, what this product does is it's an agentic harness. It fully takes advantage of all of the agentic capabilities, skills, the agent itself, whatever you want to do, you can do. There's a built-in editor. There's all kinds of stuff. But it does require you to run a server, and that server may be a little bit difficult for somebody. But what we see right here is a little button. It's a button that you can add to your own FileMaker file. And when I click this, what we're going to get is a window that comes up with a fully baked in agentic process that allows you to interact with your FileMaker solution. It has understanding and it has the ability to do all kinds of things. So let's go through a few of the features that we have in here. Number one, you can see that it's actively checking the clipboard, and we'll take a look at that. Right now, it's telling me that Claude CLI is connected. Now, whatever you're using, I can tell you this. When it comes to agentic programming, all of the providers are actually providing a better deal if you subscribe to their services. So whether it's Codex, whether it's Gemini, whether it's Claude, if you subscribe to those, they're giving much more generous amounts than if you use an API. So when I started coding with agents, I started using Cursor, and Cursor is not the primary LLM provider. Cursor, when you paid for their $20 plan, goes over and uses Anthropic or OpenAI. Now, they do have their own, which is an open source model, which they call Composer, but you are going to be able to do the exact same thing with the Agentic FM plugin. So we've got the clipboard. It will recognize that. I'll show you that. I've got Claude connected. If we go down at the bottom here, you can see that when I make a selection here, I'm supporting the major LLM frontier providers. And what's not shown here, but something that is integrated in the back end, is the ability to run your own local model. I can install what's called an Ollama server, and I can run my own model on my own machine, and nothing goes out to any of the providers. It stays all local to my machine. Now, you have to have a machine that has enough memory, or a machine on your network that allows you to interact with the model. But trust me, it is absolutely possible to use a local model to have scripts created, to modify layouts, to update and work with schema. Anything you can think of related to your FileMaker development, an agent is more than likely able to do. So I can switch between Opus, Haiku, Codex models, Gemini, etc. Currently, I'm using the Anthropic models. Down at the bottom here, we see this autocopy. Autocopy is going to understand where you are in your FileMaker solution. Let's take a look at that. Over here, when I click on Invoices, what I want you to recognize and watch for is this right here. In FileMaker, if I click this button, Staff, Agentic FM plugin is going to understand where you are in your solution. Now, the reason for the lock is I am able to click this lock, and I've now locked the context, meaning my conversation with the agent is specifically focused on this staff. So when I go into FileMaker's defined database and we take a look at the relationships and we go to wherever the staff table occurrence is, the agent is going to understand from this table occurrence, this is what I can see and this is what I can work with, so that when we're creating a script, it will actually do it successfully. Speaking of scripts, let's go ahead and bring up the script workspace. And what I want you to watch for down here at the bottom is what's going to happen. When I bring up the scripting workspace, what just happened down at the bottom was it was populated with the name of the script that I have frontmost, weather get user input. It even knows that there's 31 steps. If I open up any other script, if I go to the weather fetch API, you can see that it just switched to the weather fetch API with 28 steps. Now here's what's great about this. When I click this button auto copy, what's going to happen is all I have to do is start typing my prompt. From here, at this point, I can say, I'd like this weather script to work in Celsius. If I even spelled that right, probably didn't. And I would just be able to send that off. Let's see, right now it is in Fahrenheit. And when I click this to send it off, it's going to send off that script. We can see right here that it's actually going to tell me how long it's taking, how long it's thinking. The agent is now processing this script because that's what it had. Now, unfortunately, this script does not actually deal with this particular context. So I maybe have made a little boo-boo here. We'll see what it comes up with. But it's going to come up with the script. It's going to create that for me, and I am going to be able to copy that directly into FileMaker. We can see right here, I did nothing in terms of writing or modifying this script. Now in FileMaker, we have two different ways of dealing with scripts. You've got your readable script, which is the script that you read right here, but whatever gets used on the clipboard is actually in XML. But we don't have to worry about the XML because we have a convenient copy to FM right there. You can see that the agent is already going to be able to determine what it needs to do in order to create or modify your script. Now, because we're dealing with agents, it's probabilistic. It's not always going to get it 100% of the time. In fact, you can switch between different models and you will get a different response. This allows you to actually check things out. But what's great about this is, would you mind if it got you 90% of the way? Maybe 95% of the way? Maybe you've got a hard custom function that you want to figure out how to make it do something, and you're just stuck. You're completely stumped. Well, you're going to be able to do that. In this scenario, if I click copy to FM, it's going to tell me that that's on the clipboard. It did not modify my script. I can actually go to the bottom of this script, and if I want to compare what AI created against what I created, I, of course, can paste the results in. There it is. I'm going to need to run through the debugger. I'm obviously going to check this out and make sure it works the way that I want. I have full control over how this script is actually composed. In other words, I get to define what my personal coding conventions are. That's an aspect that you will be able to control within the Agentic FM plugin. But that's the script right there. Let's take the example of a custom function where I will save this. We'll close that out. I can always go up here and I can I can create a new chat. In fact, a lot of times you want to do that. When you're working with an agent, you also want to be aware of context. An agent deals with specific limitations in terms of how much it can hold. Now, as we hover right there, you can see that currently I'm using 9% of my 200,000 possible tokens. Once you fill up a context window, this is when it's sort of like drinking a glass of water versus drinking a jug of milk. A jug of milk, 1 gallon jug of milk will kill you. It will literally be too much information. The same thing happens with an agent. Once you keep working back and forth on the same thing, you hit that 2,000 token limit, it really starts to break down because it can't keep track of all of the different things. But at the beginning, it's got a stellar capability to do that. And most of the time, you're moving from one thing to another. So this is basically just how you work with agents. Now, because we have the clipboard right here, and it recognizes what's on the clipboard, when I clicked, let's see if I can get that to unselect there. When I copied this script using this button, that's what ended up being on the clipboard. But what Agentic FM has is it has an awareness of whatever you copy from FileMaker. If I go into this solution and I open up the custom functions, and if I want to deal with this format phone custom function, I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. Now, what we're going to see is I'm going to copy it right now, and I want you to watch what's going to happen on screen. As soon as I copy that, I now have that in the clipboard. The agent is now able to see that code. There's nothing else that I need to do except to just start prompting. So I close this, and then I just start prompting. Now, in this particular example, I wouldn't start prompting right away because I'm currently locked to that context. So I'll unlock that so the context doesn't apply, and I'm just going to click a new conversation. And that's because the only thing I'm wanting to deal with at this point is format the phone number. Now, I haven't even taken a look at the custom function. I didn't even go in to see how it actually works. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll go in. Oh, actually, what I did is I accidentally hit the zoom there. This is a web page, by the way. You can zoom this if you want to be able to see better or worse. Just your standard Command plus and Command minus will actually increase that for you. But over in the custom function itself, we look at the phone number, and we can see that this phone number is this formatting function is somewhat limited in that it only handles dashes, and it does not handle international numbers. Well, let's go ahead and give that prompt right there. It's still on the clipboard. The agent will still see it, and I simply just say, make this function handle non-US numbers as well. And while that's cooking, I can do everything that I can do in any of the other agentic harnesses, any other platform, whether you're using a CLI, you're using Claude Cowork, you're using Codex. I'm able to stop this process if I want to and input more information. The the thought processing is managed and maintained as long as my history is within here. If you want to work with your schema, if you want to work with the agent and actually have the agent debug a script for you, Agentic FM via a plugin will actually do that. The plugin is able to literally execute and run the script and put in its own steps in order to walk through that debugging process. So this is just an introduction at this standpoint. If you're watching this video and the plugin has already been released, then you're going to be able to find out more information at the Agentic FM website. Let's head over to that and take a look at it. I'll just create a new browser here, and we'll go into Agentic FM. What you're going to find, which as of the recording of this video, is there currently is no plugin link. But if you are watching this after the fact, just look for the plugin link, and that will take you to the page where you're able to actually get hold of the plugin. If you're watching this and that link is not there, then that means I'm still in a little bit of a private beta. So if you would like to get your hands on this and you would like to interact with it, I'd love to get your help. I'd love to, and that basically applies to if you are in another country other than English, if you would like to, and there's our result right there, where it's actually going to give us the FileMaker XML. I can copy this to the FileMaker, go right over here. Again, I did not write a single line of code. Now, when I paste this in, it's going to actually paste in as format phone 2. That's a standard FileMaker behavior, but that's cool. That's exactly what I want it to do. I double click, I look at that. Wow, this looks like it's going to be able to do a lot more stuff in terms of formatting a phone number other than just for the US. So I'd probably put in my international phone number in this, make sure that it does work, but that's how easy it is to get an agent to actually write the code for you, whether it's a FileMaker calculation, custom function, script, you name it. It even told me right here, look at that. You can even ask to have it put in the tests, but where before I only got this type of input, look at all the stuff it handles now. I didn't write a single line of code. Agents and agentic programming is the way that things are done today. Now, as I was stating, before I wrap this video up, we take a look at the settings. I am going to need your help. If you are in another country, I know that when I switch this to Japanese, not all of these are actually going to be correct. But it would be nice if you are in Japan. If you'd like to help me out, then let's go ahead and let's get this working with all of the other possible languages. Maybe you don't see the language that supports what you want to actually do. I need to put Spanish in here and anything else. If you are using FileMaker and you are interested in working with an agentic workflow, what I have currently set up is you are going to need to be a developer that's using a command line interface. I am not using API keys because it's a little bit more expensive. But if you have Gemini installed, if you have Codex installed, or you have Claude installed, then you are the person that I'm wanting to work with. I have a beta list that you are going to be able to put your name on, and that is going to be a URL that's available down at the bottom of the screen or in the description of this video. If you like what you're seeing and you'd like to get your hands on this just before I actually release, then by all means contact me at that address. Until next time, much luck to you and happy agentic FileMaker programming.
We hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial, and we'd like to say thank you for your subscription and your support. If you're not already a subscriber, head on over to www.filemakermagazine.com/subscribe for more information about the benefits of joining.